the fact that it only took me booking you a holiday for me to find out that you don't have papers, now all of a sudden you want to marry me, was that your intentions in the first place?
Back chat, you know how to talk properly. Now you're trying to talk like an arsehole.
Yes, my people. Ayabi Alonso. It's your boy Uzoma. Any other Uzoma is a counterfeit. You can tell by their outfit. Welcome to another episode of One on One.
I thought he's Uncle Muggsy.
Uzi.
Uzi.
That name is from 18 of the past, but we'll get into that later.
Oh, is it?
I'll explain to you off camera. We are here for you today. Nothing to do with me, okay?
Yes, Papa.
So we are having a one-on-one conversation.
Yes, Papa.
On the episode, we have dilemmas. So we're going to bring forward a dilemma today, and you and our special guest, I don't know who's walking in yet, we'll have a, debatism.
Nice one, Uzi.
Yeah. So let's kickstart the show.
Yes, Uzi.
Yeah, we are just waiting. Nice.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yes!
For God's sake.
You know each other.
Oh, you lot are violent.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Amazing.
Okay.
How are you? You're right.
And we have
Cookie with love.
Leave me
Cookie
alone.
joining us today. How you doing, Cookie?
I'm fine,
okay?
thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm good.
I believe you know Mr.
Unfortunately.
Gabs, yeah?
Unfortunately.
Keep your eyes up.
No, I'm talking to you.
The nipples is showing. I saw
All right,
Okay.
all right.
Keep
all
your
right,
eyes up. Keep your eyes
all
up.
right, guys. All right, guys. So
He's telling me to wear bra today.
I've told him what we're going to be doing here. I'm just going to, what's that word?
Reiterate.
Can't even
Reiterate,
focus
yeah, that's
now.
it. Yeah. So on our
Focus.
podcast, we do dilemmas. So I'm going to bring forth a dilemma today, and you and obviously Mr. Gabs are going to go head to head on obviously your views on the dilemma, yeah? Okay. So I'm going to read it now. All right. Dilemma goes, being with my boyfriend for a year and he's amazing. Like honestly, this man has changed my life. Everything he does for me and my son, I'm thankful I found him. But unfortunately, we had our first big fight. I basically booked him a surprise holiday for his birthday, as I feel he never treats himself and is always working crazy shifts. When I gave him the gift, to my surprise, he wasn't happy, and he kept making excuses as to why he can't go. I told him the tickets are non-refundable, so eventually he admits to me he doesn't have papers and is an illegal immigrant.
What is it with you like in these questions? Can't you ask a normal question without giving a whole damn paragraph?
Let me finish, Gabe.
So
Yeah, wait. Let me finish, yeah? I feel he betrayed my trust by not telling me this up front. We live together, he's taking on my son. He's now trying to pressure me to marry him to avoid him getting deported if he appeals to the Home Office fails. He's saying after all he's done for me is the least I can do. If I love him, what's the issue? But this is not how I pictured getting married. I wanted the proposal, the ring, and the big white wedding. What do I tell my parents? He's a good guy, but I don't think I can do this.
Okay.
What say you?
Nipples
Yes.
first.
What's wrong with you?
Okay.
What do you want us to do? You decide to do.
To be fair,
Okay, ladies first.
Yes.
So, Cookie will give you the honor.
To be fair, I think the only sneaky thing was not telling her. So it's kind of like, did you plan on like marrying her for papers without? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if me personally, if you came to me and said, "Oh, I don't have papers," then I can decide whether or not I want to continue the relationship. But the fact that it only took me booking you a holiday for me to find out that you don't have papers, now all of a sudden you want to marry me, was that your intentions in the first place? Why are you doing that? What's the issue?
Is it this show now? Back chat, you know how to talk properly. Now you're trying to talk like an arsehole. You don't do it. Clearly, you've been twanged. The first thing you should have done is basically said to the guy, look, You've decided that you want to deceive me to get me to this point, when really, you know the payment for paper is at least 16K. So, if you want to continue this thing, drop me my 16K and stop this charade. Because we can't say that in actual fact you're a good person or you're not a good person. We can't. What we can say definitely is that you demonstrated how good you are to me to get me to a certain point so that eventually I can now do the paper. But God knows what will happen after I give you that paper. Sure.
Not necessarily. So you're basically saying everybody that dates someone who doesn't have a paper.
No, I didn't. I said that one specifically because he asked the question. So why are you saying everybody?
No, because
Are
the
you
way
posting
you're
the question
saying
on
it is
your
like,
own page?
oh, 16K. The way you're saying it is like, oh, if someone doesn't have papers, like, yeah, because of 16K or.
Why is the way I'm saying it when I've just said it? The question was very simple. In that situation there, in that scenario there, if you want to change it, then change it.
Playing devil's advocate.
Go
So
on.
let's say he was upfront in the beginning
Yes,
and said I didn't have papers.
yes.
So you're basically saying that all the nice stuff, just because he doesn't have papers, all the nice stuff is out the window.
No, what I'm saying is that...
No, but that's what you're trying to say, because you're basically saying, well, duh, of course he's going to ask you to marry him for exchange for everything that he did.
Nipples. I don't try to say, I say. There's a difference. What I'm saying to you is that if he was nice to you, genuine with you, based on what you thought was genuine, and he now later on tells you he didn't have papers, and it was for that purpose, that means we can question the niceness, no?
No, he didn't say in the question that it was for that purpose.
What was it? We later on found out what?
That he hasn't got papers, but she found out because she booked a holiday.
Yeah, he was never
So
going to mention.
why would you not mention that?
Because it's a surprise.
Or maybe it's
What
embarrassing.
kind of a surprise is that? I can surprise
Maybe
you with
it's
the cake.
embarrassing to not have papers, or he didn't want her to think that she might think I'm using her. So let me not say it in case she thinks I'm only dating
So
her.
then it would be better to start a relationship with deception than to start it with honesty.
But not everybody's upfront in relationships.
I never said there was, but I'm asking you now. It is better to start a relationship with deception than honesty. Tell me now, madam.
Everyone's deceptive in some sort of way.
So you
before
accept to be
you
deceived.
you don't drop your flaws in every single relationship that when you
shouldn't
get
we
into a
though?
relationship.
So that we can actually know what we're getting ourselves into.
Do you get into a relationship and tell them this is what I'm bad at, this is my bad attitude, this is do you do that?
No.
I can tell you firsthand, for me, I didn't do that. But then when I understood the importance of being honest in a relationship so that someone can accept you for who you really are and not what they think you are, I then realized that in actual fact, deceiving anybody from the beginning makes no sense.
Easier said
Do you
than
want to
done.
why is it easier said than done?
If I come
be honest,
you,
it's hard.
Gabs, if I come to you and I say, I don't have papers, but you're beautiful and I want to take interest, the first thing you're going to think of is, yeah, I can't lie, he's using me. You're going to run.
The first thing I'm going to think of is, them nipples are great.
Leave me
Then
alone,
I'm gonna
Gabs.
think-
Leave me alone.
Then I'm going to think it ain't worth my time because I don't understand this no paper situation. I got no time to figure out you and your papers when I'm trying to figure out
Exactly,
how to
which
do
is
more
why
business.
I'm
So
only playing
I'm gonna
devil's
say
advocate.
respectfully, I don't want to be interested. Because
Which is why he
there's
didn't
no
come
papers.
forth and say, you know, I don't have
So you think
papers.
it's all right to deceive her?
Everyone's deceitful in some sort of
So
way.
you like the idea of men deceiving women?
Not necessarily, because everybody
what-
deceives everybody when they're
No,
first
no, no, no,
dating
no, no.
somebody.
Not everyone. Don't skate. Walk. Everybody is not the question here. He deceived her. Are you comfortable with that deception?
I mean, it's not right, but I understand why he did it.
So you're okay with women being deceived by men like him?
Everybody deceives everybody, as I said. If you're talking to a girl, I'm sorry,
Reflection is
one
powerful.
second. If you're talking to a girl, she's deceiving you by putting forward her good traits, and eventually you'll find out her bad traits. If you're talking to me, I will show you my good traits. Nobody's gonna come forth in front of you and give you their bad traits straight away. Eventually it will come out, and unfortunately it came out through the thing, and it was forced out of him.
People do, but generally speaking, you're right, people don't. But the easiest way to spot someone's bullshit, like we have done many times on this show and on many other shows, is when you have no bullshit of yourself, you can see other people's bullshit. And I'm asking you now, are you comfortable with men like him deceiving innocent women like her with a child? Yes or no?
Can I just interject here for a second? Yeah, it does say he's a good man.
Good.
I'm guessing he works, he provides, he's there. He's never had a reason to not provide, which
Provided makes
many
you a
of
good
the
man.
times might be the issues when you don't have papers. You're not able to do things, but that's not the case.
Uncle Uz.
He's a good man overall.
Uncle Uz.
I'm just adding this point.
I know.
He's a good man overall. This is just one thing.
Are you a good man?
So, no, it's not about me.
I'm asking you, are you a good man? You have a
I would
relationship,
like
right?
to think I'm a good man, yeah.
Do you provide?
Yes, to a certain extent.
So you don't provide completely.
I don't understand where...
You don't provide completely, right?
This is not about me.
Does that make you a good man, yes or no?
No. How do you mean? Does that make me a good man?
Well, you said he's a good man because he provides.
Yeah.
You have a woman, right?
Huh?
You have a woman, right? Mm-hmm. Do you provide completely?
As in, all round.
Yes.
We provide in different ways.
No. You
do you
said
mean?
you provide.
We
He's a good
provide
man.
in different ways.
You said provide, he's a
Bring
good
different
man.
things to the table.
Thank you. So you part provide, not completely provide.
Oh my God.
Yes or
This
no?
is not- Cookie. Between you and Gabe, this is not
Do you
about
part
me.
provide or completely provide?
Oh my God. This is not about me, Gabe.
The point I'm trying to get at is this idea of a good man. Why is it providing a good man? Isn't honesty a part of being a good man?
Yeah, honesty is part
So
of it.
you wasn't honest from the beginning of the
okay.
relationship.
Nobody is honest, bro. Let me tell you this
So
now.
everyone's a liar.
Nobody comes forth and says, "Hello, this is bad stuff about me. Take me or leave me." Nobody does that. No matter how honest you want to believe somebody is, nobody is forthcoming about
So you like the idea of being in a relationship with
It's
someone
not like
that's
the idea. It's real. It's life. It's realistic.
accept that?
I accept it because it's the truth.
Okay. Can I just pose a question to you? Yeah?
Yes, Papa.
Right. Do you think not having papers is a very private conversation?
No.
Like, do you think it's sensitive? Like, so if you were in that situation, would you just go around just telling
Telling people
everyone
you
that?
don't have papers.
It's just a
like-
question, by the way. That's
Who-
not your
who-
case,
who-
but
who-
if you
who-
were in that situation,
Who is the everyone?
no, just like,
Everyone like you
Not
or the
everyone,
person I'm
but
trying to
not
be
everyone.
involved with?
yeah, like even,
Okay.
with that, you have to build a level of trust, right?
Naturally, I would like to think so, but
Yeah.
she says different.
What do you mean?
You say that
can I
in
say
actual
something?
fact,
Listen,
everyone's a liar, so
listen.
there's no trust. Therefore, I don't see the point of a relationship if there's no trust. But we'll get onto your own type of relationship soon. You asked me a question.
Number one.
Help me.
Please wait. Number
on.
one, he never actually brought up marrying until the fact that he finally admitted to her that he didn't have papers. Number two, papers is not something that's it can be seen as embarrassing. Not having papers, you're not just gonna come and tell somebody that you're speaking to or whatever.
I'll ask you a question.
And it's difficult. The longer wait, you're not just in the beginning. You're not gonna come straight away and say you don't have it. And then further on, it's gonna get more difficult because it's like we are this deep into the relationship and I still haven't told her. Of course, you're gonna be dodging it. Like I'm not saying it's right, but it's life. It's the truth.
So if someone met you today and they took you to every nice place, looked after your kid. Let's say you've got a kid. I know you don't agree with kids, but let's say you do. And all this time, you didn't know that you were stealing money. He told you that he worked
There's
for...
a difference between stealing money
Hello?
and not having papers.
He told you that he worked for JP Morgan down there. He left the house every day with a suit. He now later on, towards the marriage, before the marriage has told you he doesn't work, or you found out, in fact, he doesn't work for JP Morgan. That in actual fact, he's a thief. Are you going to look at me saying?
Of course not.
So, he provides everything, does all those things. But for the fact that he doesn't tell you that he's a thief, means what? He's not trustworthy, right? So he's not a good man.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying
For
you're
all the
not
good
go-
intentions that you have,
you're
if
not
you
gonna
can't be
go-
honest, how can we then say that somebody is a good man?
You're not gonna go around and tell everybody I'm a thief. Nobody's doing that.
Ideally,
Is my
you don't
point.
tell the world, because you tell the world, you go to jail. If you tell the person that you're with, that you're supposed to be locked in with, is that not different? Uncle?
All right, so all right, let me get something straight. So you're saying, essentially, this needs to be put out there from the beginning.
I don't understand why it wouldn't.
Because it's embarrassing, Gabs.
If I don't have a
No,
job,
but
I tell you I don't have a job.
if a girl came to you right now and said, Gabs, I ain't got papers, but I'm interested in you, what's your response?
Sorry?
Exactly.
Say that again?
A girl came to you and said, I ain't got papers, but I'm interested in you. What's your response? Number one, why the hell are you
Hello?
telling me that you ain't got papers? What's my business there?
I say thank you for telling me, and thank you, Mr. Banker. Deal or no deal, no deal.
Thank you.
So you
What-
wouldn't
what-
get with
what-
someone without papers,
Why the hell? What do you want me to do? So I should
even
help
if you love them.
I didn't get to the point where I can love you because you've told me from the beginning what it is. So you've managed my expectations. I'd like to think that in this lifetime, we manage people's expectations. We don't deceive. Why would you want to deceive somebody? I want to let you know from the jump what the situation is with me, so that when you look at me for me, not for the idea of me. But we're so infatuated with the idea of someone that we actually miss who the actual person is. And then you fall in love with a person that's not actually the person
You're
that you
telling
thought it
fairy
was.
tales. You're
How
telling
am I telling
fairy
fairy
tales,
tales?
man.
Is that not
Because
true?
you're not living in
How
the
many
real world.
relationships like that because of that?
All right, so
You want me to live in a reality where I accept
Yes.
that?
I'm not saying
Everyone
you
should
should
deceive.
accept it, but that's the norm. Nobody's gonna come and say, I do not have papers, deal or no deal. Nobody's gonna come and say, I have no papers.
Well, I'd like to believe, and I'm not saying that that's what the world does, but I'd like to believe that we respect more than just what providing means. We respect honesty, loyalty, genuineness. I'd like to believe when approaching people. Whether that is the case or not is another story. But I'd like to believe that if you want
So
to
do
be
you
genuine
go
with
around
someone,
telling your family secrets or your secrets
why would I
to somebody
tell
that
my
you're
family
So why
secret?
would they
What's
tell
that? What's-
somebody that they
what's-
don't have papers?
My family secret has got nothing to do with my personal secrets. My personal secrets, if I'm dealing with you personally, it's different from my family. If my brother does certain things that in actual fact I don't personally agree with, what the hell is you wanna knock my brother?
So what is
Are you doing me or are you doing my brother?
Okay, so do you tell all your secrets to every girl that you move to?
Why would I tell my secrets to every guy?
Why
I meet
would
to?
that's his secret.
Why
His secret is that he doesn't have papers.
You just said the scenario, and the scenario is that you've been with this girl for a while. You've looked after her wife, you looked after her and her kid.
okay, so let me.
You've been
spin it.
involved with her family.
So let me spin
Why
it.
is it until this last part you now talk about papers?
Because it's clearly not something that it's something
because maybe for some reason, I'm just trying to make you guys see a reason here. Maybe for some reason he's trying to sort out this situation himself without having to. I don't know if that makes sense.
So-
and obviously she's beat him to it because she's booked a flight to surprise him.
Of course, he
without
was going to
telling
say
him.
it
So-
in the future, but
Or-
that's
yeah.
not something
How
that
do we know if you didn't book the flight?
he was going to eventually. It was eventually going to come out. He was
No,
eventually
so
going
he
to
wasn't
say
going to tell it. It was eventually going to come out.
it. Yeah.
Now, that kind of secret, should you be keeping that from someone that you've been invested so much into? Or is this idea of investing in someone just based on giving money? I'd like to think that honesty and trust is a
don't-
part of building a
don't get me
relationship.
You're
wrong.
asking me on Cookie.
Both of you.
No,
It's Cookie. I'm not talking to you.
Don't get me wrong.
you're looking
I
at
see
me.
where you're coming from, and it's very wrong for him to keep that secret. But you need to
Wrong?
understand secrets. You're acting like secrets is something that people just spill anyhowly.
I never said it.
That's his secret. No, let me finish, please. That's his secret. That's something to him that is quite embarrassing, clearly, because it's taken him this long to the point where she even booked ticket and he was saying, "Oh, I can't." I'm making excuses.
Your understanding of what he just said, you straight away went to embarrassing, not to.
It's clearly an embarrassment.
Hold on, not to deception. Are you and I Nigerian?
I'm Nigerian.
Do you understand deception?
I understand deception.
So why did you go straight to thinking that it was embarrassment instead of deception? Why are you justifying something that in actual fact, slightly men do on a regular basis?
I'm
which is to deceive women
literally
for
dating
papers?
somebody that lives in Nigeria that has no papers because he lives in Nigeria.
And you see him twice a year,
Okay. I see him once a year.
once a year.
Get it right.
So
Thank you very much.
You believe that he's doing what? He's faithful.
He very much. Let's not get into this topic.
You believe
please,
he's faithful?
I'm begging you. Let's not get into. I know he's faithful. What do you mean?
So you see him once a year and he's faithful and he's Nigerian.
Yeah.
Is he a part of the church or what is it? Islam? Is he practicing abstinency? Is it
That has
abstinence?
nothing. That has nothing to do with it.
Uncles, do you think that her husband is faithful? 1 year visit.
No comment.
That's not the topic.
So,
All I'm saying is
she
listen
deceiving
to
herself?
me. Listen to
It's
me.
not about me. Okay, Uncle Gabe, let's bring this matter back here. All right, cool. You are in this situation right now.
The woman
What
has
would
like,
you want the woman to do?
eh?
I'm saying, I'm putting you in this scenario now. Basically, this is you. You've got into this relationship. You haven't got papers, and we are here now. I'm saying you. What are you doing? Or what are you telling her to do?
After I've invested that much time, stay with me. What else? I didn't plan to not be with you.
Even though you've been deceitful.
Well, I'm going to know that I was being deceitful from the beginning, no? Because I'm the one that didn't say it. So therefore, I was hoping that eventually.
No, but he's saying if a girl did that to you and she
No,
she
he
did,
asked me if I was the
No,
guy.
I'm saying put him in this situation and what
I
would
will-
you
I will-
want the outcome to be?
I
for
would
yourself?
provide more to distract the idea that I deceived. I'll buy extra flowers and extra stuff. Maybe even put the kid in private school if the money's strong. To continue my deception. So we can overlook the fact that I lied. Because women are quite fickle in that way. Ones that think like that. They think that men are good because they can provide. Look at mouth.
Okay. I think it's been a very interesting conversation. I will say I agree with both of you to a certain extent.
He does
I
agree
agree
with
with
us,
you
he's
in the sense of like.
how
think
am
we
I
should be
sorry?
honest.
How am I delusional?
Because you believe your man is not cheating and you see him
No,
once a year.
we're
Ask
not gonna
anybody.
get into
Okay,
that.
Cookie, we'll discuss this off camera. Yeah, let's discuss this off camera. So what I'm saying, I do agree that you should be honest with obviously people from the start. I do also agree that it's a very delicate and sensitive topic, and people sometimes might not feel comfortable to just open up straight away. It takes time. you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hey, you've done this before.
That's by
You're
the
good
way.
at the way you're doing this thing. I see it. You're good.
We'll discuss my situation off camera. But again, good conversation, but we want to hear from the viewers, obviously, what their opinions are as well. So, till next time, peace.